Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you what it's like to make $1 million a year as a wholesaler. That's right, $1 million a year. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jeremy Beeland. I am an expert at off-market acquisitions. Since I started my business back in 2017, I have acquired well over 425 off-market properties in multiple states and have generated multiple seven-figure markets in the process, generating almost $10 million in gross revenue since I started with one wholesale back in 2017. All right, let's get started. Super exciting. It's hard to fathom what $1 million a year in real estate is like, right? As a wholesaler, it's really tough to get that first deal. Some of us just want to get a few deals under our belt, maybe get enough to where we're making six figures a year and quit our full-time jobs. I was once that person. In 2016, I sold my townhouse and took $11,000 of that equity, spent $5,000 in a coaching program, $6,000 in marketing spend, and that $11,000 allowed me to learn how to wholesale. My first deal, thanks to the coaching program I was in at the time, my first deal started, I started in January 2017. By the time I hit March 2017, I got my first $5,000 check, and I was like, wow. This works. This is amazing. The power of belief is incredible. I say only, went on to do 10 deals that year and did about 73,000 and change, which was amazing. Put it all back into my business that second year after building some momentum and building the foundation of something great. I went on to do over $250,000 in year two, which is pretty awesome in itself. Year three, we did $500,000. Year four, that was a year we did seven figures. Now, if I knew what I knew then, obviously I could do it much sooner. But when I was starting out, $1 million a year seemed just, I couldn't comprehend it, right? I knew of other people wholesaling in different parts of the country, even some of the students that I came into the coaching program with initially in 2016, 2017, that were already achieving this, but it just seemed like unrealistic. I couldn't do it. I had limited beliefs. Couldn't do it in my market. Couldn't do it with my abilities, whatever the case is. But it's actually a lot easier than you think. So today we're going to talk about what does $1 million a year in wholesale look like, and we're going to break it down by the numbers. Now behind me is a whiteboard with some chicken scratch. I hope you can read it. I can barely read it, but I'm sure I'll try to. You should be able to read it if I articulate it good enough. I will try my best. Let's look at what $1 million a year is in wholesale. Honestly, guys, it's actually much easier than you think, okay? So we're going to have a couple key factors here. We're going to go a 40% cancellation rate. What does that mean? That means for every 10 contracts you get, you're going to cancel 4 of them. Okay, you're going to cancel 4 of them because some deals just don't go through. There may be title issues, seller change their minds, things happen out of your control. Maybe you can't find a buyer for it because it's not a good deal. Those things happen. We're going to go off marketing costs of 25%. This will give you a 4-to-1 return in the business, which is okay. It's pretty solid. We want to strive to do 5-to-1 or better. So typically you want to get 20%, but 25% is a very modest number, okay? And operational costs. To do $1 million a year, you can't do it all by yourself. You could, but it'd be really hard. You need to have a team that supports you. You're going to have admin, right? You're going to have your VAs, right? You're going to have people behind the scenes that you have to pay to help you achieve these things. You may even be using an acquisition person or a disposition person. If you're handling both acquisitions and dispositions, my goodness, you're going to be really exhausted after doing $1 million a year. So you probably have some kind of team that you've grown, and those will generally run you about 25%, all right? So half your cost for the year, or half the money you make, is actually money that it's going to cost to make the money, right? And then taxes, well, you should be paying the IRS. If you don't, you're going to get in trouble. Good rule of thumb, save about 15% of every deal, put it into taxes. It is a transactional business. You are going to have to pay taxes. But if you learn how to buy and hold and force depreciation with your buy and hold properties, you can actually save a lot of money and then get this percentage a lot closer to zero, which means a lot more profit. But in this scenario, the profit's going to be $350K. Pretty solid year, huh? $350K pay off your team, you pay off your marketing, you pay Uncle Sam, you still have $350K a year running $1 million business. Now, this could be a little more, this could be less. It really depends how good you are. Now, this doesn't go into lead conversions, how much your cost per leads are. Is it costing you, $200, $250 a lead? Are you generating one deal out of 25 leads, or are you one deal out of 50 leads, right? Those things matter in this number. That's a different video for today, but we're just going to go basically just off of this to give you guys a 50,000 foot view of what $1 million a year business is like in wholesaling. 40% cancellation rate. Marketing costs of $250K, your operational costs of $250K, your taxes are $150K. Your profit is a whopping $350,000. Do you know that's almost $30,000 a month? What would you do with $30,000 a month? Isn't that amazing? And did I say this is a lot easier to achieve than you think? It is. Okay. All right. So revenue. All right. This is a line of how much money per deal you need to make, right? This is why you want to be doing bigger deals, because the bigger deals you do, the less deals you have to do. This is how many contracts you would need to get. This factors in after your 40% cancellation, right? So these are actually contracts minus the cancellation, all right? Or actually, no, sorry. These are total contracts. These are the closings. So contracts minus 40% cancellation gives you this many closings, right? If you're doing an average of $20,000 per deal, which is pretty solid, right? That is like the standard really good average if you're straight assigning. $20,000 per deal, you need to get 7 contracts every single month. So that's about 2 contracts a week, a little less than 2 contracts a week. And then 4.16 closings a month. Basically, that means about a closing every single week. So if you're doing a $20,000 per deal, if you can get a closing every single week off of 7 contracts a month, you're going to hit $1 million a year. Now, what if your skills are better, right? You've been in REI Freedom, you're working with our coaching, you're learning how to talk to people better, you're learning how to provide more value to the seller, you're able to get these properties at a lesser price, right? Maybe if it's just $5,000 less per deal. Nothing changes on the dispo side, but because you come into REI Freedom and our coaching program starts to get you to take your 20 to 25 just from your sales skills, well, that 25K, now you have to do 5.5 contracts a month and 3.3 deals a month, right? So you can see almost 1 less contract per month just because you got a little extra coaching and learn how to squeeze out a measly $5,000 per deal on average. Now, let's say you got some coaching, your acquisition skills are getting better, you're steadily doing $25,000 a deal, but now you're learning about how to build a bigger buyers list and how to create a situation where the buyers, you're not just going to a few buyers, you have a big buyers list. And you come into our coaching program and we teach you how to now take all these buyers and have them fight and compete against each other for highest and best, right? So you ever go to a foreclosure auction, right? A foreclosure auction is basically a house forecloses, the auction, and everybody's doing their bids and they're bidding each other up. Well, what if you did like that scenario with your contracts, and we taught you how, and now you're able to squeeze out $5,000 more per deal from your buyers, right? We taught you, because you're a rock star already, you're doing $20,000 a deal. We taught you how to get $5,000 more a deal from the acquisition side of coaching. And then we teach you some techniques where you're getting now an extra $5,000 from your buyers, right? It's not a big deal. $5,000 from your sellers, $5,000 from your buyers. Not a big deal, one specific deal. But combined, that's $10,000. In the course of a year, now you're doing $30,000 per deal. You only need 4.5 contracts a month. That's basically only 1 new contract a week. And you only have to do 2.78 deals to close a month. That's, 2.78, that's less than 3. That basically means like every, 2 weeks, you're basically closing a deal. All right, so now we've taught you some stuff. And now we teach you about how to leverage some private lending. We teach you some techniques because there's people out there who have money and want to work with a rock star like you because they see you getting deals. They see you on social media posting about another contract, another closing. And they're like, I want to work with this person. I have money. I don't have the time and energy to go and do what that person does, but I want to get in. And you have a conversation with this person that says, hey, I know how we can work together. You let me borrow your money and I'm going to use it for some of these deals. And rather than just assign it to my cash buyers, I'm actually going to physically close on some of these properties now. Not all of them, but some of them. Maybe a majority of them, half of them, some of them I'm going to close on. I'm going to use your money to do that. And then when I resell the property, I'm going to pay you back your money plus a really solid interest rate, probably double what you could get anywhere else, including Bitcoin, stock markets, your savings account, you name it. I'm going to double, maybe triple your return on that money. And I'm going to turn 30 into 35,000. Now, this is how you level up through the years, right? This is why I did 70,000 my first year, 250,000 my second year, $500,000 year 3, $1 million plus in year 4 and beyond, because I started to learn these skills. I started to get better at the acquisition side. I stopped becoming a cash buyer employee, learned how to get better at the disposition side, and had cash buyers fighting over my contracts. I learned how to leverage the MLS. I learned how to use private lending and private money. Not hard money, but true private lending. You can use hard money too, but true private lending. And this got me from 20 to $35,000 per deal. Now I only need 4 contracts a month. Again, only less than 1 contract per week. I only need to close 2.38 deals a month to hit $1 million. That's it. All right. And then let's say you get working on those things and you continue to improve. Never mind getting your marketing costs less, getting your operational costs less, or getting your taxes down because you know how to, use your rental properties, right? Let's just say you know the sales skills that we teach you. You're practicing, implementing, getting better. You've been in the coaching program for some time. You're really, really honing those skills and getting better. Your disposition side, you know when to have the cash buyers fight for properties. You know how to squeeze them for every dollar. You know how to wholesale. You know how to double close. You know how to leverage the MLS. All these things, and you're getting better at it. And finally, you hit this number down here, $40,000 per deal. Now, in this industry, you think, right, when you get new, I want to hit $1 million a year. I have to do a ton of deals. Well, that's not the case. Less is more. Less is better. Because, if you're doing $5,000, $10,000 of deals, to hit $1 million, even hit $500,000, you are freaking killing yourself. There's a lot of work that you have to do to manage those closings, to manage those sellers, to manage all the dispositions. That's a ton of work. But if you work on yourself, work on your team, hone in your skills, and start doing 40K deals, right? Bigger deals, less deals, bigger deals. You only need 3.5 contracts a month. And then you add the 40% cancellation. So that's less than 1 contract a week. 2 deals a month. That's it. 2 deals a month at 40K. Well, 2.08 to be exact. That gets you to $1 million a year. And think, you've been doing this for a while, right? Could you manage acquiring 2 deals a month? Could you manage handling the disposition of 2 deals a month and still make $350K net at the end of the year and have $1 million business? All by working on getting bigger deals, $40,000 per deal. So I show you this because $1 million a year is freaking awesome. It's a huge achievement. But you have to change your mindset to stop thinking, I have to do more, have to do more, have to do more. No, what you have to do is get better. Instead of trying to do more $5,000 deals, $10,000 deals, $15,000 deals, you need to start thinking 20 and work yourself to a point where you're doing 40, which means honing your skills in acquisitions and dispositions, getting yourself to be the best that you can be, and being a student and practice and implementing and making mistakes and building a team and training your team. Then you only have to do 2 deals. Would you rather do 4 deals at 20K? Would you rather do 2 deals at 40K? This one is going to require twice as much work as this one. The work's the same. The revenue per deal is different, but the work that it takes to get them closed is the same. So why work twice as hard to achieve the same results when you can work half as hard because you've been spending time and effort on getting better and do less deals? Less deals, bigger deals, more money. That is the key to success, to building $1 million business. It isn't $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 deals. It is learning the skills to get from $20,000 a deal down to 30 to 35 and to 40 and beyond. There's people in this country, right? In some of the markets, they're averaging like 50, 75, $100,000 per deal. You could literally do 10 big deals a year, $100,000 a deal, and do over $1 million by doing one deal. How does that sound? But the only way you're going to get there is by continuing your education and work at getting better. All right, guys, that's it for today. This is what it takes to do $1 million a year. I hope this video served you well. If you found this video valuable, then I please ask you to like the video. That always helps the algorithm. Subscribe to it. Use some love, right? Subscribe to it. That way you will see more videos like this of what it takes to be a rock star acquisition person in this industry. And then it's going to help other people find my videos as well, which I want to spread more value, so that'd be great. If you really want to learn of what it takes to get from 20K to 40K and beyond and learn all these sales skills, well, then just click the link below. You know, in all honesty, it is a sales funnel meant to sell you something. It's my coaching program. All right, you don't have to join it, but if you want to get to $1 million a year, come join us. If you don't, you just want to continue to watch these videos and learn, please do like the video, subscribe to the video, and please recommend it to anybody else you know. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you around the next one.